Thank you for choosing AT&T. This video presentation outlines the essential preparations required at a customer site prior to the arrival of an AT&T technician for the installation of copper-based products. By closely following these guidelines, you can ensure a safe and quality installation and reduce the need for subsequent visits. An early phone call to AT&T is crucial in helping to determine the specific needs and requirements for the proper site installation. This video is not meant to address all possible scenarios, but will provide the most common critical components for a successful installation. Should you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact your AT&T representative. When preparing for an installation, the first and most important requirement is a valid local contact. The customer ordering service from AT&T must provide a valid local contact name and phone number to whom an AT&T technician can speak to regarding scheduling, building access, and site readiness. The local contact can be a building owner, developer, manager, engineer, or simply someone who knows their way around the facility. The local contact should be aware of the pending installation, when and where the circuit is to be installed. It must be on site when the AT&T technician arrives to direct them to the correct location. Should the contact name or phone number change, AT&T must be contacted immediately to make the adjustment. This video will now cover AT&T California specifications for trenching, conduit, boxes and manholes, and finally, bonding and grounding required by AT&T before the installation of its copper communications facility on existing commercial private property and new tracks can occur. Installation cannot take place until these requirements are complete to AT&T specifications and meet AT&T approval. Any variation from the information provided in this video presentation must be approved by the local AT&T engineer. A joint trench is required when elements of two or more systems are being installed and must be accessed by two or more users. The trench must be surrounded by at least 12 inches of backfill material. Any deviation of the minimal clearance must have a prior signed agreement with AT&T. If there are any bends in the path of the trench that have a radius of 80 feet or less, or a grade change of 20% or more, please consult your AT&T representative to see what further specifications exist. Also, please make sure the trench is fully closed by covers that can sustain heavy loads, accessible only with a proper tool or appliance. All trench backfill material must be fine and sensitive to maintaining equipment inside the trench. Backfill containing large rocks, paving material, cinders, large or sharply angular substance, or corrosive material shall not be used where these materials can damage AT&T substructures or prevent adequate compaction of the fill. Upon trench completion, stake the optimal location for the AT&T tie-in from the dedicated street easement. All conduits placed for AT&T must be for its exclusive use. AT&T will not occupy the same conduit with other utilities or communication systems. The designated conduit sections must be rotted, cleared, and roped prior to AT&T pulling in cable. Material requirements: 4-inch conduit must be Type C PVC, white in color, and marked clearly for AT&T use. 2-inch conduit must be Type DB60, rigid plastic. Rigid plastic or steel conduit must be used when installed under floor slabs or when the terminal room is more than 50 feet into the building. Plumber's fittings, water and gas pipes are not acceptable. Service conduit, 2 or 4-inch, must be terminated 4 inches above distribution conduits in the box. It must be cut flush to the inside wall and sealed to prevent water flowing into the box and down the service conduit towards the building. Boxes must be ordered with the appropriate number of knockouts or terminators to accommodate the conduits. It is required to measure the length of conduit between box and the terminal room in the building. These measurements may be acquired by the use of Logan's line, True Tape, or mule or steel tape. Links may be included in the as-built plans and a copy provided to AT&T prior to installation of AT&T's cable. All conduits in multiple duct designs must be installed using AT&T approved spacers. A maximum of two 90-degree bends with a minimum of a 3-foot radius per section may be installed unless otherwise approved by AT&T, and pull boxes may be required. Underground entrance conduit in a building must terminate 2 inches above the floor. Insert pull rope in all conduits using 3/8-inch polypropylene or equivalent strength pull line. Use a temporary universal plug to keep conduit free of debris, and be sure to cap all stubbed conduits. All pull boxes, splice boxes, and manholes placed by the developer that will be owned and maintained by the property owner must be approved for use by AT&T. Check with your AT&T representative to request a list of specified approved vendors. Must include the appropriate racking, sump, bolt-down cover, and pulling irons. The AT&T engineer will specify where ground beds will be placed if required. All boxes must be placed in areas outside of vehicular traffic. Manholes will be specified in areas that are exposed to vehicular traffic. Placement of boxes in manholes must allow for the final grade of new sidewalks and parkways. All conduits entering knockouts in a plastic or polymer box must be cut within 1 inch flush with the inside of the wall and sealed. Terminating conduit into sidewalk box side walls should be avoided whenever possible. All joints must be mortared and all unused ports and openings sealed using cement mortar, water plug cement, or other approved prepared mortars. Please refer to the pamphlet below for further specifications for manholes. All service cabinets, bonding, and grounding must meet the National Electrical Code requirements. The following is a list of the minimum specifications accepted by AT&T. 20-gauge steel weatherproof listed cabinet. Protection against corrosion. Number 6 copper ground wire to electrical power service grounding electrode, service grounding electrode conductor, or service panel. The last requirement is the mounting of a 3/4 inch 4-foot by 8-foot plywood backboard coated with fire retardant paint. This fixture must be mounted close to the access point used by AT&T or in a location close to the service room where cable is being extended by AT&T. In addition to meeting your site requirements, please provide your AT&T representative with an electrical schedule and site plan for the location you wish to be serviced. Unit numbers must be provided to AT&T on or before final inspection, or it may jeopardize the installation of your service. In addition, all developer work material must meet all applicable fire and low voltage codes, which include federal, state, county, and local codes. City and county code requirements may vary. Please refer to the pamphlet linked below this video for further details and requirements. If your specific installation scenario was not covered in this video, then an AT&T engineer will be in contact with you regarding the specialized requirements. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to contact your AT&T representative. Our commitment is to help deliver excellent customer service so that you are confident in your decision to choose AT&T as your service provider. We welcome this opportunity to serve you, and once again, thank you for choosing AT&T.